Cool Truckings. It was winter time, and a thick blanket of snow covered the island of Sodor. Madge, the snub-nosed lorry, was making her deliveries. The icy roads were very slippy and very slidey. But Madge didn't slip and slide. She was safe and sure. One day, Thomas arrived at the transfer yards. He had to collect a large delivery of coal. Madge was there, and so was the thin controller. He was worried. "A snowslide has blocked Duncan's tracks," he said. "I need him to shunt the coal trucks from the other side of the yard." "I'll get him," said Madge happily. Madge liked to be helpful. "Duncan is very heavy," said the thin controller. "Don't worry, sir," said Madge. "I'll bring him here in no time." And she raced away. Duncan was winched onto Madge's trailer. Duncan was very heavy, but Madge was sure she could pull him. She roared and revved, and slowly she pulled away. Madge drove carefully along the country roads. She was being safe and sure. Soon Duncan started to tease her. "You always go so slowly," Duncan laughed. "We'll be lucky to get to the transfer yards by tea time." "I always do my job safely and on time," said Madge. "But it'll be a slow and dull journey," puffed Duncan. "Not fast and exciting, the way we engines like it." Madge sighed. She didn't want to be teased anymore. She turned up a narrow mountain road. "Where are we going?" Duncan chuffed. "I'll show you how much fun we have on the roads," laughed Madge. "Wait and see." Madge was still going slowly. "This isn't much fun," puffed Duncan. "Maybe not," said Madge. "But what about this?" And Madge skidded her wheels. Her wheels made the snow spray up onto the side of the road. "Whoa, hey, that was good," cheered Duncan. "Do it again." So Madge sprayed snow all along the road. Duncan cheered as Madge sprayed the trees and then the bushes. She even sprayed a policeman. "Sorry," said Madge. They were having so much fun, they had forgotten all about getting to the transfer yards. Thomas and the thin controller were waiting at the transfer yards, and so were the coal trucks. But Duncan wasn't there. The thin controller was worried. Now, Madge took Duncan to the top of a hill. "What are we doing up here?" Duncan puffed. "You'll see," smiled Madge. Then they raced down the hill. Madge slid around corners and skidded over bumps. "Hooray!" Duncan laughed. But halfway down the hill there was a very sharp turn, and the road was very icy. "Watch out!" puffed Duncan. "Oh no!" gasped Madge. She braked hard, but it was too late. Madge started to slip and spin around and round. They crashed through a snowbank. "But my boiler!" cried Duncan. They were hanging over the edge of the valley. Madge looked down the edge. It was a long way down. "Oh no!" Duncan moaned. "What am I going to do?" Madge groaned. Madge rocked and teetered. Slowly she revved her engine. Inch by inch, Madge reversed back onto the road again. Phew, that was close, Duncan chuffed. Madge raced to the transfer yards, but on the way she saw another very bumpy and very slippery road. That looks like fun, Duncan puffed excitedly. We're late, called Madge. I have to get you to the transfer yards to help Thomas. So Madge drove on. Madge wanted to be safe and sure. She went all the way without slipping or sliding once. Duncan was disappointed, but he knew Madge was right. He had work to do. Soon Duncan was back on the rails. He shunted the trucks quickly into place. The workmen transferred all the coal into Thomas's trucks. "Thank you, Duncan," tooted Thomas. And he chuffed away. That evening, Madge went to visit Duncan. Madge pulled into the sheds. All the little engines were there. Duncan had told them all about his day out with Madge. "Thank you for a grand time," puffed Duncan. "The roads really are as much fun as the rails." "I'm glad you had fun," said Madge. And, just for fun, Madge spun her wheels and sprayed some snow all over the little engines.